Sixth graders, we're going to work on solving problems using models today. These are some examples that I gave you yesterday. So I'll work through these with you again to show you how the models can help you. Okay? Using models is a really important skill in solving problems. They help you to see what's happening in the problem so that you know that you're getting it correct. So the first one we did was on page 155, number 1. Jorge made a basket handle using 3 pieces of wicker. So like a wicker basket, that's that twisted, viney, dry stuff. I know, so I want you to take good notes today. Write this down. Take good notes. All right? You get points for writing these notes down, so make sure that everybody write these in your notes notebook. All right? So, going back to the problem, the first piece of wicker is 9 inches long. So, right away, you can draw a box that represents that number. And that's the basic process of solving a problem using modeling, is to use boxes that represent numbers. This box represents what? Yep, and it's the first piece. So I label it the first one. And how long is it? 9 inches, yep. This one's 9 inches. Or you could write this equals. This one equals 9 inches. They tell us that in the problem. So when you're drawing a model, you want to draw a box, and then if they give you a value for that box, you put the value next to the box. Very simple, right? So far? Then, it tells us about the second piece. The second piece is a 1/2 inch longer. 1/2 inch longer. So should we draw this box like a 1/2 inch? No. How should we draw this box? Bella? Yeah, just make it longer. And it also tells us that it's a 1/2 inch longer. So this is 9.5 inches. That's the second piece. And it tells us something about the third piece. If the third piece is 3/4 of an inch shorter than the second piece, 3/4 of an inch shorter, so make this one shorter, by how much?
3/4.
By 3/4. So this space right here represents 3/4, or a minus 3/4 inches. It doesn't mean this is 3/4, it means this space is 3/4. So how would we find how long this one is? We don't know how long that one is, do we? We have to find that. What would you do? What would you do? Andrew? Subtract. 9.5 minus 3/4. And we'd have to convert 1/2 to 2/4, right? And that's not enough pieces, so we'd have to cross out the 8, take 1 away from the whole, and add 4/4. So we have 6/4, and then take away 3/4, which is 3/4. Because 6 minus 3 is 3. And 8. So this one is 8 3/4 inches. Is that the answer? So then you have to go back. Now that we know this, you can't assume that that's the answer. You have to reread the question. Correct. The question is how much total wicker of the three pieces. So we have to add the whole numbers of the original numbers. 9 plus 9 plus 8. What's 9 plus 9 plus 8? Hello? Yep. 9 plus 9 plus 8. 26. 18 plus 9 plus 9 is 18 plus 8 is 26. And 1/2 plus 3/4 is the same as 2/4 plus 3/4, which is 5/4, right? And then, write that correctly, 27 1/4 inches is the total. Okay? So, taking a little bit of time to draw this model helps us to understand exactly what we're doing here. Okay? The drawing helps you to understand it. And that's why you need to get good at drawings. Next year, you're going to be using these models to write equations. It's going to be a lot more challenging. But if you learn now how to draw a simple model like this, it's really going to help you. Okay? We're not just learning models to solve this problem, which you could probably solve without a model. We're learning the model drawing process so that you can use it to solve harder problems.
What if models make it harder?
Then you're not drawing them correctly. Because how could this make it harder to understand? How could this drawing make it harder to understand that the third piece is shorter than the second piece?
We're not all drawing, we're not all equations.
Well, it depends on the equation, all right? But if you draw a simple model, that should not make it harder to understand. If you draw a box and put a number on it, it should not make it harder to understand. Okay? Now if you scribble and make it very hard to read or mislabel things, or that might make it harder to understand. If you don't like using models, then you're just going to have a harder time writing equations and solving problems. Okay? Let's go on to number 2. If the third piece of wicker was 3/4 of an inch longer than the second piece. So, if we draw this out again, that might be hard. Here's the second piece, and the third piece is now longer than the second piece. 3/4 of an inch longer. This is 9.5. This is 9 inches. And this one's longer by 3/4 of an inch. So 9.5 plus 3/4. And then how much total wicker is it? Bethany? You have it? You have it? Danny? Yeah. Good. 28 3/4 inches. And make sure you label it in inches. IN period. So that we know what unit we're using. Number 3. For a wicker craft project, 1/5 of the class made baskets. Ooh, this is a good one to use models. One-fifth of the class made baskets. So one of these, this is in fifths. 1/5 made baskets. Okay? And 2/3 made mats. 2/3 of the entire class. So we're going to have to draw another box which represents the class and make this one 2/3. Okay? 2/3 of the class made mats, right? Now, this 1/5 made baskets, 2/3 made mats. How much is remaining? How much is left over? So what we'd have to do is we'd have to find a common denominator, a common multiple of these numbers to figure out how much is remaining. 1/5 and 2/3. Which common multiple should we use? Catherine. 15th. Good. 1/15 equals 3/15. Yep. And 2/3 equals 2/3 equals, Kaden? How much in 15ths? Times 5. 10/15ths. So how much of the class made baskets? 3/15ths. How much of the class made mats? 10/15ths. If we add these together, we know how much this amount is. And how much is the remaining amount? How much is this remaining amount right here? This piece right here. How much is that? Grace? 3/15ths plus 10/15ths is 13/15ths. Now, what's the remaining amount? In order to get the whole, what number would represent the whole? 15/15ths, yep. 15/15ths would represent the whole. So now, how much is remaining? 3 plus 10 plus what is 15? 2. 2/15ths of the class. Okay? 2/15ths. Now, this model helps you to realize that you are trying to find the remaining amount. Okay? That's what, especially models for fractions, will help you to figure out, what am I looking for here? All right? What is it that I'm trying to find? Am I trying to find the total? Am I trying to find a part of it? And how much is bigger, how much is less, and things like that. Mary's buying 6 packs of water for a sporting event. He wants each participant to have 3 bottles. If there are 21 participants, how many 6 packs should he buy? All right? So we need, this is number 4, we need how many total? 21 participants, right?
Yeah, but we don't know how many water bottles are.
Yeah, there's six
There's
water
six
bottles in
water
one
bottles
pack.
in a
That's
six
I knew
six.
that.
pack.
Woo! Common
So how
sense
many
is
water bottles do
candy.
we need? There are 21 participants. And each one needs 3. So how many total water bottles do we need? Three times 21, right? 63. We need 63, right? And each pack is a 6-pack of water bottles. So how many do we need for each one? That's what we're trying to find, right? So it's 63 divided by 6, because we are dividing this. We're trying to find how many groups of 6 would fit into 63. 63 divided by 6. What's 63 divided by 6? Maya? 10. Yep. But there'd be a remainder of 3, right? So are 10 packs enough? No. We need 11 packs. 11 equals 66 water bottles. And we need 63. So we need 11 packs. Right? How many of you got that one right? Good, good. Number 5. This one uses a strategy called working backwards. Okay? It says Ken chose a number. We don't know what number, so sometimes just N represents a number. Don't do that. Now, that number, he multiplied it by 4, added 6, and divided the sum by 2. After he subtracted 4. Oh, wait. Oh no, that's... After he subtracted 4 from the quotient. Wait, no, he divided... I gotta read this again. And divided the sum by 2. Okay. Yep. And then, after he subtracted 4 from the quotient, then it's equal to 25, right? So this is what he did to get to 25. Now, you could just start with 1 and times it by, and then go through the pattern. Guess and check, right? 1 times 4 plus is, that's going to take a long time, isn't it? Yeah. 4 plus 6 is 10 divided by 2 is 5, minus 4 is 1. Oh boy. That's not going to, so if we try 2 or 10, or you could guess and check, but you can also work backwards. And working backwards is a good strategy to use sometimes. Okay? So, in order to get this, if we add 4, right? 29. So this equals 29. And then multiplied by 2. Then this equals what? 58. Good. And then subtract 6. Instead of adding 6, we subtract 6. And this equals 52. And then divide by 4 instead of multiplying by 4. So this equals 13. Okay. You did? How long did it take you? 3 tries. That's good. 11 and then 13. Okay? It might have taken you a lot longer. So guess and check can work, but it can also take a long time in order to guess the right number. Alright? If you have a sequence of operations or a sequence of steps, it oftentimes works best to work backwards on the sequence. Alright? So remember, and just write down that as a strategy, work backwards. Sometimes that works well. What?
I did it 4 after that.
Oh, sure, yes. So try 13 times 4 is 52, plus 6 is 58, divided by 2 is 29, minus 4 is 25. Okay. All right, number 6. Caitlin has 4 3/4 pounds of oven fire clay. She uses 1 1/10 pound to make a cup, a clay cup. You know how they form it and bake it?
Yes, we do.
And another 2 pounds to make a jar. How many pounds are left? All right. How can you draw a model on this? A very simple model. What are we starting with?
Well, you start by reading the question and taking the numbers out.
Yeah, what numbers are we starting with? Otto.
For what problem? 6?
Yep. Pay attention. Sit up. Where's your book? All right, the book isn't out. You're not listening. You're not following along. Get on task now. Okay. Katie, what's number? How much are we starting with? Yes, number 6.
4 3/4.
Good. 4 3/4 what? 4 3/4. Is that in pounds? Good. LB stands for pounds. Or sometimes it's LBS. That represents pounds. So everyone draw this. No, in your, well, somewhere, if probably in your assignment. On your assignment, draw this. Okay. Takes about 3 seconds. 2001, 2002, 2003. Unless it goes like that. Very frustrating. Okay. Now, what are we doing? It says she uses 1 1/10 pound to make a cup. So how would we show using a 1 1/10 pound? On a model, you just draw a line. This portion was used for a cup. Okay? And another portion was used for something else. What was it used for? How much was used? What? How much was used? Melina? Yep, we got that. 1 1/10 on the cup. 2 pounds on the make a jar. And how much does she have left? That's the remaining amount. Okay. So we're trying to find the remaining amount again. Right? This was used on the jar. This was used on the cup. The whole thing equals 4 3/4. So draw this out. And you can clearly see what it is that you need to do. You need to figure out how much is this, how much total was used. 1 1/10 plus 2 is 3 1/10. Right? Yeah. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
And how much is the remaining amount? How would you find that?
I
You don't know?
not very well, but no.
Wouldn't you take this away?
Yeah.
Take this part away?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take this part away. So we'd subtract 3 1/10
Oh,
to get what was left.
okay. Now we get it.
Doesn't that make sense?
Yes.
Is this confusing? Is the model confusing?
No.
Yes.
Sometimes.
What's confusing about it? Danny? It shows how much was used on the cup. It shows how much was used on the jar. And it shows that we have to find the leftovers. You don't see that? What don't you see? Can someone help me? How can we make it more clear? Any ideas? I think we're going to have to take a quiz on this one tomorrow. This will be part of the quiz, is to be able to draw this out, okay? So make sure that you understand how to draw this out. All right? Are there any questions? Okay. So what is the remaining amount? What would we have to do? Find a common multiple. Both numbers go into what? Hayden?
What are both numbers?
The denominators.
40.
Okay, 40 or 20. We could use 40. Multiply both by 4. Multiply by 10. And this is
26.
26/30. And 4 minus 3 is 1.
Isn't it going to be 40?
Oh, 40. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, now it's 30th.
I looked at this 30 and wrote 30 instead of 40. Okay. Then reduce it to 1 and pounds. 1 and 13/20ths. The remaining amount. Yes? Okay. Oh, sure, you subtracted them separately. Yep. So you took 1 1/10 away from 4 3/4, and then 2 away from the remaining amount, and got, yep. So you just took, instead of combining these first and taking that away, you took them away separately. That's fine. Ow. Bella.
Couldn't we just chop 2 3/4 to 15 20ths and then 1/10?
Yeah, I said that to Aiden, but he chose 40th, so we can use 40th just fine. You just have to simplify it at the end. Okay. The last one, number 8. Thelma decides to go to the pet store to buy dog toys and dog food. After spending 1/6 of her weekly allowance on dog toys and 1/3 on dog food, she has $9.50 left. What is her weekly allowance? Let's draw this up. So, if this is her weekly allowance, right? And she spent what? What did she spend? What's the first fraction given? Oh, come on, people, just look at, put numbers in the, what's the first fraction given? 1/6? So we have to cut this into sixths. Got 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So 1/6 was spent on what?
Dog toys.
Okay. And 1/3. So since we're finding 1/3 of the total again, we have to make this into thirds. And 1/3 was spent on
Dog food.
dog food. So if we color one of these in, there's dog food. And that was 1/3 of her allowance, right? So if we combine these two, we have 1/6 and 1/3. And we're trying to find what is the, this has been used up, and that's been used up. And we're trying to find what is remaining. Oh no, we know what is remaining, right?
Yeah.
$9.50. Okay? Now, if we use a common multiple here, what is this? What is a common multiple of 1/3 and 1/6? 6. Yep, so 1/3 is what?
2/6.
2/6. So 2/6 were spent on food, and 1/6 was spent on toys, for a total of what?
1/2.
1/2, 3/6. So she spent 3/6 or 1/2 of her weekly allowance, didn't she? She has half left. So if this is 1/2, how would you find the other half? Maya? Yeah, add 950 plus 950. $19. Yep. Yep. Any questions on that one? Okay. So again, this helps you to see that you're going to find the remaining amount, and you're going to have to draw a model on one like this for your quiz tomorrow. Okay? Any questions?
No.
All right.